All right, Shalom. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawashi, Yahawashi. That belongs to the apostle that was great millstone. Peace and blessing to Yakin, pushing his truth throughout the four winds. All right, you can see the videos entitled "The Vision of Yahawashi." It's just a couple of scenarios he was in. Just shows you how ahead of everything he was. You know, just to show you, like, he was like ahead of everything and everyone. You know, just knowing how people are going to think. This is Luke 50. I'm going to start at 20. It says, "And when he saw their faith, he said unto the man, thy sins are forgiven thee. And the scribes and Pharisees began to reason, saying, Who is this which speaketh blasphemies? Who can forgive sin but God alone?" So these scribes and Pharisees, they questioned Yahawashi. But when I looked and I saw this, the man wanted to be healed. He didn't want this. I mean, he really knew nothing of his sins being forgiven. He just wanted to be healed. But this is how far ahead Yahawashi was in front of these scribes and Pharisees. He told the man his sins are forgiven just so they could question him. Just so they could question him. Okay? Check this out. But when Yahawashi perceived their thoughts, so he knew they were thinking this. He knew that's what they're going to do. They were going to think like in the mind frame of like, who is this person saying that they can forgive sin? Okay? It says, he answering said unto them, What reason ye in your hearts? So he basically calling them out on it now, what they thinking. Like, why y'all thinking in this manner? Okay? He says, whether it's easier to say thy sins be forgiven thee, or to say rise up and walk. But that ye may know that the Son of Man hath power upon the earth to forgive sins. He says, he said unto the sick of the palsy. Now, he asked him a question. Okay? And it's showing right here that it was easier because they didn't believe. You know what I'm saying? They probably looked at him like, well, we know only God can forgive sins, so it would be easier for you to say that you can make this man walk again. Okay? But look what he says. I say unto thee, arise and take up thy couch and go into thine house. So he showed his power after he had them thinking, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, basically, okay, who is this person to forgive sins? Like, I can forgive sins and I'm going to make him walk. Just to show you, okay? It says, and immediately he rose up before them and took up that whereon he lay, and they departed in his own house, to his own house, and glorifying the Most High. Check this out. And they were all amazed, and they glorified the Most High and were filled with fear. So now he healed them. I mean, he not only did he heal them, but he had his sins forgiven. That probably put like on everybody listening to the scribes and Pharisees. Well, they actually thought it. So now he's looking at them. Why you looking like that? You don't think I can forgive sins? I'm the son of, you know what I'm saying, of the Most High. They didn't believe that. So he's like, okay, since you don't believe it, now I'm going to show you I can heal him. So the man took up his couch and everything, and he walked away, carried his couch home. Okay? It says, and they were amazed, it said, and they glorified the Most High and were filled with fear. So like, man, this dude is not to be messed with. But look at how he did that though. He knew they were going to think a certain way before they did. It says, saying, we have seen strange things today. A man saying, I'm going to forgive you for all your sins. And then backdooring, not only does he forgive you of your sins, but he heals you. And you get up and walk away. And this guy throughout the town was probably just known as somebody like, man, he can't walk, man, he a cripple. And everybody knew him for that. Now to see him stand up, pick up a couch and walk away. So I'm serious. This is Luke chapter 6. I'm going to read 1 through 10. It says, and it came to pass on the second Sabbath after the first that he went through the cornfields, and his disciples plucked the ears of corn and did eat, rubbing them in their hands. And certain of the Pharisees said unto them, Why do ye that which is not lawful to do on the Sabbath day? And he said, well, in Yahawashi, Salaki, and Yahawashi said, have ye not read so much as this, what David did when he himself was an hungered, and they which were with him? And this is account, I think it's in like 1 Samuel, I think it's 1 and 26 or something like that, 26 and 1. It's in 1 Samuel though, but it says how he went into the house of the Most High and did take and eat the shewbread, and gave also to them that were with him, which it is not lawful to eat but for priests alone. It says, and he said unto them, the Son of Man is Lord also of the Sabbath. And it came to pass also another Sabbath that he entered into the synagogue and taught. And there was a man whose right hand was withered. It says, and the scribes and Pharisees watched him, whether he would heal on the Sabbath day. So he knew they was watching him, and they might find an accusation against him, looking to accuse him for something. But he knew their thoughts. He knew them. And the man which had the withered hand rise up and stand forth in the midst, and he arose up and stood forth. Then said Yahawashi unto them, I ask you then, one thing, is it lawful on the Sabbath days to do good or to do evil, to save life or to destroy it? And looking around upon them all, he said unto the man, stretch forth thy hand. And he did so, and his hand was restored whole as the other. So he knew that they were going to have a problem with it. If you keep reading, it's like they was mad. You know what I'm saying? But he knew their thoughts. He knew exactly what they were going to think before they thought that way. You know what I'm saying? So he done certain things to where they questioned him, and he had the perfect answer every time, just to show them, like, bro, I'm light years ahead of you on these things. Okay, and a point was being made. Okay, I hope this is edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawashi Yahawashi. Double honors to the Apostle, that was great millstone. Peace and blessings to y'all. Keep pushing this truth throughout the four winds. Shalom.